Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Kodanikai Mayapur Sasi Kodanikai Jaya Mayapur Sasi Jaya Shitavasina Jaya Girikharila Shitosina Jaya Girikharila Girikharila Shitosina Jaya Girikharila Jaya Narasimha Narasimha Jaya Narasimha Jaya Narasimha Jai Prabhupada 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 Jai Srila Prabhupada Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Hare Krishna. Today we read in Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 7, Canto 7, chapter 12, The Perfect Society for Spiritual Classes. The chapter particularly describes the brahmachari and the person in Varnashrama stage, and it also gives a general description of the four ashrama: brahmacharyas, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasa. In the previous chapter, the great saint Narada Muni has described the Varna institution of society, and now, in this chapter, he will describe the stages of spiritual advancement in the four ashramas, which are known as brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasa. The brahmachari should live under the care of the true spiritual master, giving him sincere respect and obeisances, acting in his menial servant, as his menial servant, and always carrying out his order. The brahmachari should engage himself in spiritual activities and study Vedic literature under the direction of the spiritual master. According to the brahmacharya system, he should dress with a belt, deer skin, and matted hair, and should bear a danda, water pot, and sacred treat. He should collect alms daily, in the morning and in the evening. Whatever alms he has collected, he should offer to the spiritual master. A brahmachari should accept prasada upon the order of the spiritual master, and if the spiritual master sometimes forget to order the disciple to eat, the disciple should not take prasada on his own initiative. Rather, he should fast. The brahmachari should be trained to be satisfied with eating what is absolutely necessary. He should be very expert in executing responsibilities. He should be faithful, and he should control his senses and try to avoid association of women as far as possible. A brahmachari should very strictly abstain from living with women and should not meet with grihasthas and those too addicted to women. Nor should a brahmachari speak in lonely place with a woman. After completing one's education as a brahmachari in this way, one should give dakshina as offering of gratitude to one's guru. In the brahmacharya ashrama without adult, how to read this word? Adulteration. Adulteration. Is it common word in English? Adulteration. The duties for the grihastha ashrama and brahmacharya ashrama, as well as the duties for sannyasas, are prescribed in the Shastras. Grihastha is not meant to enjoy sex life without restriction. Indeed, the whole purpose of Vedic life is to become free from sexual indulgence. All the ashramas are reconsidered for spiritual progress, and therefore, although the Grihastha ashram gives a kind of license for sex life, for a certain time it doesn't allow unrestrained sex life, unrestricted sex life. Therefore, in Grihastha life also there is no illicit sex. A Grihastha should not accept a woman for sexual enjoyment. Western semen is also illicit sex. After the Grihastha ashram is another ashrama, known as Vanaprastha, which is midway between Grihastha and Sannyasa. A person in the Vanaprastha order is restricted in eating food, grains, and forbidden to eat fruits that have not ripened on the tree. Nor should he cook food with fire, although he is allowed to eat charum, grains that have been offered in a sacrificial fire. He may also eat fruits and grains that have grown naturally, living in a thatched cottage. The Vanaprastha should endure all kinds of heat and cold. He should not cut his nails or hair, and he should give up cleaning his body and teeth. He should wear tree bark, accept a danda, and practice life in the forest, taking a vow to live there for 12 years. 8 years, 4 years, 2 years, or at least 1 year. At least when, because of old age, he can no longer perform the activities of Vanaprastha, he should gradually stop everything and in this way give up his body. Just read the whole description of this chapter, and we're going to read first 6 verses. Shinarado vacham brahmachari guru kule vashandanto gurur hitam acharanda savanicho gurau sudritha sauhrida. Shinarado vacham brahmachari guru kule vasandanto gurur hitam acharanda savanicho gurau sudritha sauhrida. Sandanta guru hitam acharanda savanicho gurau sudritha sauhrida. Srinarada vacha brahmachari gurukule rasandanto gurorhitam acharanda savanicho gurau sudrita sauhrida. Srinarada vacha. Srinarada Muni said, Brahmachari, a brahmachari, a student living in the residence of the guru. Gurukule, at the residence of the guru. Vasan, by living. Danta, continuously practicing control of the senses. Guru hitam, only for the benefit of the guru, not for one's personal benefit. Acharan, practicing. Dasavat, very humbly, like a slave. Nicha, submissive, obedient. Gurau, unto the spiritual master. Sudridha, firmly. Sauhrida, in friendship or goodwill. Translation. Narada Muni said, a student should practice in completely controlling his senses. At the Gurukula only for the benefit of the Guru. Satyam Pratahupasita Gurvan Gurvagni Gurvankhya Arka Surotaman Sandhya Uphecha Yatavak Japan Brahma Samahita. At both junctions of the day and night, namely in the early morning and the evening, you should be fully absorbed in thoughts of the spiritual master, fire, the sun god of Lord Krishna, and by chanting the Gayatri mantra, you should worship them. Chandam syat hitya guror ahutas chet suyantrita upakrame vasanecha charanau shirasanamet. Being called by a spiritual master, the student should study the Vedic mantras regularly, every day before Mekhalajin, Mekhalajina Vasamsi Jata Danda Kamandalon Vipriyat Pavitam Cha Darbha Panir Yathoditam. Carrying pure kusha grass in his hand, the brahmachari should dress regularly with a belt of straws and with deerskin garments. He should wear meter hair, carry a rod and water pot, and be decorated with the same. Satyam prataskare paikshyam guraveta nivedayet bhunjit bhunit bhunjita yado anugyato bhunjita yadyanugyato nachetupavaset kvachit. The brahmachari should go out morning and evening to collect alms, and he should offer all that he collects to the spiritual master. He should eat only if ordered to take food by the spiritual master. Otherwise, if the spiritual master doesn't give this order, he may sometimes have to fast. Sushilomita bhugdaksha shraddadhano jitendriya sucha. A brahmachari should be quiet, well behaved, and gentle, and should not eat or collect more than necessary. He must always be active and expert, fully believing in the instructions of the spiritual master and the Shastra. Fully controlling his senses, he should associate only as much as necessary with women or those controlled by women. Purport by His Divine Grace of Vishnu Bhaktivedanta Swami Shripada Ki Jai. A brahmachari should be very careful not to mix with women or with men addicted to women. Although when he goes out to beg alms, it is necessary to talk with women. and with men very much attached to women. This association should be very short, and he should talk with them only about begging alms and none more. A brahmachari should be very careful in association with men who are attached to women. Om Namo Vamagyanā Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhishya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prach. Hare Krishna. Good morning, everyone. It's my greatest pleasure to read Srimad Bhagavatam this morning with all of you. What do you think about those verses we just read? Any thoughts? Any ideas? Yes, you're speaking about Vanaprastha. It's an interesting point. And Brahmachari as well. Brahmachari should wear the deer skin, handle this danda, which means like a stick. When Srila Prabhupada translated this seventh canto of Bhagavatam, it was approximately at the same time devotees arranged Gurukul in Vrindavan. And devotees asked Srila Prabhupada, there is in Holy Shastra, we just read that in seventh canto of Bhagavatam, 12th chapter, that brahmachari should handle this danda. Should we give this danda for all our boys? And Prabhupada said, okay, this said in Shastra, you can do so. What do you think come next? when they give these sticks for the boys, for the young boys. They start to fight each other with the sticks. So it's a different generation and different culture. In previous times it was like danda, but in our times boys started to fight each other with the sticks, which is natural. Which is natural. But we should understand the essence. There are something which is external and something which is internal. So those are very interesting verses actually, and we should understand the essence of those verses. So in the beginning, Narada Muni said, a student should practice with the spiritual master. With a great vow, the brahmachari should live at the Gurukula only for benefit of the Guru. So the main idea of all those following rules and regulations is mentioned here in the first verse. The student should practice completely controlling his senses, which is completely different from what we see right now in modern society. I would say that Western society or modern society or so-called education, people learn how to enjoy life, how to engage their senses in sense enjoyment. And originally, the real education means how to control your senses. And just to do so, just to learn how to control senses, one should act under the control of spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master. This is how the process works. We know that we have this ego, false ego, whatever. And this ego means, a false ego means I'm the center, I'm the control, I'm the God, I'm God of this universe, and everything in this world is just meant for my sense gratification. So this false ego, I'm control, I'm enjoyer. And the false ego. And the only way to control your false ego, if you accept someone who is senior than you, by accepting, by following someone's order, someone's instruction, you can control your senses. That, how does it work? At least as a life of brahmacharya, when you learn how to control your senses. Does it make sense? So you're willing to, I mean, that's why the main quality of brahmacharya is just, how to say, just to obey. It's difficult to find maybe some good words in English. You may help me with this. But when brahmacharya, he gets this power to control his senses by following instructions. The moment brahmacharya starts to think that, okay, I can do it by my own. I can, I don't know, I need my own money, and I need my own space. I need, I have my own thoughts how to do in this way or that way. Like root and the plant, So that's why brahmacharya should act as under the control, under the guidance of senior, and that's why in the following verses it said how she should act. With a great vow, the brahmachari should live at the Gurukula only for the benefit of the Guru. And okay, next point. At both junctions of day and night, namely of the early morning and the evening, the sun god, the Lord Vishnu and Lord Vishnu, and by chanting the Gayatri mantra, he should worship them. Again, what we find in this verse: kids, children, they learn how to put God in the center of their life. In our time, we have this egocentric child. Usually, the problem, you can see it. I think you can see it how generally, in our times, children and Shishi Kudintai Nabushashi Kalam Ki. Even when I was a child, I mean, I'm not so old, and so when I was a child, or what I heard from my parents, it was the same in the UK or not, but in our country, we have this like children sit, waited for the for the parents to sit for the dinner or for the lunch, for example, and children start to eat only after their parents start to eat. Do you have this tradition in the UK? Did you have it? Yes. Is it now the same or not? And senior, I don't know, child should take care of his youngest brothers and sisters, and it helped to build this society where people have not like my I'm the center, but I'm not the center, and my natural position is not to be at the center. I'm not the god. So that's why those rules, yes, and regulations. This, how to say it? Okay, let's come back a little. The seventh canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, actually, is meant to meant, we can descend this Prahlada Maharaj's pure devotion, as a pure devotee, as a great devotee of the Lord, and his great qualities. And by reading that, we can understand maybe I'm still not, I don't have the same qualities. And what to do, how to maintain the same qualities Prahlada Maharaja had. Yes, Prahlada Maharaja had, yes. And answering this question is following 5 chapters. And today's chapter, today's verses, again, so the answer is how to maintain these qualities, how to act in our level, is about culture, how to follow this proper culture, to cultivate the same qualities in our heart. That's the idea. That's why we had the description of Varna means Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and Ashrama, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. It's difficult to see externally from this point of view, but I think the main point is to try to see devotion in every devotee. If you're speaking about Grihastha, not Grihamethi. Yes, if you're speaking about Grihastha, that means he may pretend, and he should pretend, he's completely under the guidance of his wife, yes, obviously. At the same time, If you see, I don't think they cultivate the consciousness. Oh, this man is controlled completely by woman. He came to the temple, but just because his wife let him to do so, and obviously it is. And if you live grihastha life, sometimes it might be difficult even to visit temple, because you have a lot of things to do. Maybe something stopped working in your house, and you need to fix it. Stability in grihastha life. Yeah. So, and it is really bad when you see another example. I'm sure you saw a lot of those examples when people like become grihasthas and acted in a way of brahmacharya. I mean, how to say it? This is Kali Yuga. Usually, people in Kali Yuga they try to take something from each ashram, which they want to accept. Like, okay, as a brahmachari, I don't want any responsibilities, but as a grihastha, I want to have this sexual life. And as a vanaprastha sannyasi, I want to have some honor and respect to myself. And there's a problem. In every ashram, there is like and stop to and didn't stop to doesn't stop to act as a brahmachari. This is really strange. That ruined the family. And the main problem is like this culture. This culture is proper etiquette. And I just preparing for this class, I read some interesting statistics data. According to some scientific examination in London, this is like new statistic. In London, in our times, it's not about like just asking people, but this is some genetical investigation. So I believe more than 10% of children who were born in the families were born not from their father, from this. I mean, from this. How to say it? We have family, yes, wife and husband, and it's 10%, at least more than 10% of children who were born in the family, which look like happy family or I don't know proper family. Children weren't born from from the husband or the wife, So, and in Moscow, the statistic is about 26 to 40%. So this is the reality of Kali Yuga. I mean, people doesn't follow any etiquette, and that's why what's going on here. And even if sometimes I heard this from one grihastha, the family of grihastha, and the wife she asked for the help of psychologist, just we have some problem in our family life, and this psychologist started to say to the husband, you should understand that. You know what? You should understand that that you want your wife, how to say it, has this relationship only with you, and I mean the sexual relationship only with you. This actually cause problem in your family. So you should let